Boom. We live, son.
Hey, what's up?
What's up? Hey, guys, here we are. Beards and Bitcoins. I'm the beard. Here's the Bitcoin.
Oh,
Is that right?
I like that. Yeah.
I'm the beard. Here's the Bitcoin.
I'm the shiny one. We're in Orlando, Florida. We are here for the Podcast Movement 2019 conference.
It's a nice conference. And everybody else is a futurist, right?
Yeah, we're seeing all you guys dancing and doing your thing up there in Toronto while we're out here hustling. We grinding.
We grinding. We about to do a decentralized dance party up in this Heezy. So I'm trying to wait to see make sure we are live right now. In fact, because it's not popping up on my phone, but hopefully it will be here in just a second. So you guys, welcome to the show. This is Beards and Bitcoins. This is the crypto podcast
For the man's man
and
the women that love them.
that's right, and the women that love us.
Not us, them.
Well, I mean, women love us also, though.
True.
My wife really likes us a lot. Pretty good bit. Decently.
So does mine. But clarification on that, this is something that we came up with today. Because we don't want to be exclusionary of the ladies who like the beards and the Bitcoins. Or, if you're listening with your man, it's all right.
Your mans and them. If you're listening with your mans and them. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, man.
So are we live? Because I don't know. On YouTube, it's not showing live yet. There we are.
I do have to say,
we are live, guys. Boom. Why is Jay Because I ain't sitting back. I'm not relaxed because I'm trying to make sure everybody is making it happen. Dang, I got that light right there. Look at that.
Oh, we gonna cross our legs?
No, we can't do that. We got to kind of lean up, though, because the lighting is bad here. What's up, Jalen? What's up, John? Good to see you guys. How is the audio, guys? Is the audio pretty good? Oh, it's good.
Oh, they can hear us well?
Oh, y'all can hear us for sure. So I'm going to keep my phone up so I can, watch the chat and whatnot.
We can answer questions.
Yeah, AMA. Ask me anything, son. Ask me anything, son.
I'll take a question or two myself.
Yeah, you guys forget that J Chains is actually part of the podcast. Do they forget that? Do y'all forget that?
What am I, your Guillermo?
Yeah, that's my Guillermo right there, son. Superstar. You're on my channel right now. You're on my domain. Ooh, son. So here's the thing, guys. We are at a podcasting conference, Podcast Movement, and I'll tell you guys, crypto conferences get a lot of flack for being unorganized, and really you're not getting what you paid for. We paid a total of about $1,100 just for the 2 tickets to this conference. Now, Jay Chains doesn't know that because he doesn't have any money. I pay everything.
Yuck.
Yeah. But also, really did pay $1,100 for these tickets. You guys may not know this. The Podcast Movement Conference was founded by Gary Leland.
Gary Leland is a friend of this show.
Of the show.
He's a friend of us personally, but he's a friend of the show.
Yeah. So, the thing about this is crypto conferences get a bad name for being unorganized, for not getting what you pay for. And after coming to this conference, I got to say, it's 100% true.
This is pretty wild, man.
This is an incredible conference.
So there's I want to say there was 200 or 400 plus speakers, a ton of people. And the space was super legit.
Yep.
Yesterday you had DJ Ash.
Bad Ash. Her name is Bad Ash.
And she was Bad Ash, let me tell you what.
Well, I'm a happily married man, you know what I'm saying? Mama Wild Things is probably watching right now. But the thing that really cracked me up about Bad Ash, now she was a DJ, and she was up on the stage, and she was spinning, she was... The thing about her is, if you walk by the stage, and you caught eyes with her, usually you look up at somebody, and you catch eyes, and they're like, okay, I'm gonna look around. She was dead locked on you.
And she made you nervous. She made you feel nervous.
She made you uncomfortable. She made me real uncomfortable. She was staring me down so hard. You know what I'm saying? But
that's what's up.
That's what's up.
No, but on a real note, it's a cool conference. It's good to be here and kind of learn more about podcasting.
Yeah.
All sorts of...
We got a new producer of the podcast. Big news, guys.
We told you last week that there would be some surprises coming up.
Yeah.
We just got a producer...
We got a producer of the show. We're about to level up. And we found out that, I feel like our podcast doesn't get the respect that a lot of the other crypto podcasts get. I mean, it doesn't, I feel like. For some reason, I don't know why. I think it's because we're regular dudes. We're not super techie. We're not into that stuff. But you guys look at those pasty whites, man. I got to cover them things up. But the point is there's a lot of podcasts out there. You got Peter McCormack. You got Pomp. You got a lot of bigger podcasts.
Bad Crypto, we saw those guys here
Yeah,
today.
Bad Crypto, the only other crypto podcast that's here.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're definitely one of the biggest. And, the thing about it is that, we are not great at, like, the background stuff of podcasting, right? We're not great. We haven't been great at, like, keeping our statistics and doing this stuff. So we hired this new manager / producer. Okay, it's going to do a lot of stuff for us. And she was looking at our numbers, and she was like, dang, these are good.
Yeah, like really good. So like we've got like a good amount of downloads, but the most impressive thing is that our consumption rate is 99%. So in case you're not familiar, that means people that watch our show watch it from the start to the finish.
We're actually getting, for people that start watching our podcast, thank you, everybody. That means that people are going to be watching or listening, this is listening only, to 99% of our podcast. That means almost everybody that plays our podcast listen to the entire thing. And that's a testament to you guys. That's a testament to the Bit Squad and the Beard Squad. The Bit and the Beard Squad.
And then pretty soon, I'll probably start my own little group called the Chain Gang. Which
nobody's going to enter that, dude. It's going to be all prison people that are confused on what it's about, dude.
We'll give back to the community. We'll clean up the highways.
This guy, the digital highways.
Ooh,
you like that? Cleaning digital highways, son. Chain Gang. Nah, too bad. I got to come up with his own branding for him. You know what I'm saying? But so that was something that was really impressive about our numbers on the podcast and stuff like that. So, we do have really good numbers on the podcast, and we're going to make those a lot stronger. We're going to make the shows a lot more structured. So you guys be looking for some changes. One change that's going to be coming is that we're going to be doing the video is going to be going on my channel, BitBoy Crypto. But the Beards and Bitcoins channel is going to be just the audio.
Audio only.
So we're really kicking it straight podcast, because we want you to know that if you're at work, you can listen to the podcast. And here's something I learned that you guys may not know. I think, and I could be wrong about this, but I think that when you have YouTube Premium, which is $16 a month, I'm not showing it to you, ain't got a ref link, but it's $16 a month, then that enables play in the background. So you can actually not turn your phone off, but you can, let your screensaver turn on and you can still listen. So for $16 a month, you can listen to any YouTube video, podcast or whatever it might be. So it might be something you guys want to look into. But we're definitely looking to, if you guys are not subscribers to the Beards and Bitcoins YouTube channel, make sure you head on over there. And if you like audio versions of stuff, make sure you guys are checking out our audio versions and things like that. Bitcoin dipped to 9,900. Did it just dip to 9,900, or did it flash crash to 9,900 and it's back at like 10.
It was like, man, what is happening right now?
Let me pull it up. Let me look at a little coin market cap action. We can't pull it up on the screen right now. But it's at 10,149 right now. So I am expecting a pretty big candle here pretty soon.
Back up?
Back up. Yeah, I think so. I do expect that. I think.
So before we got, like the last time we were in the 10 range, before we hit up to the 12 range, a lot of people were still calling it for it to get down to 7. I know you think that's a joke.
It is a joke. It is a joke.
You think they'll be lucky if it touches the high 9s again?
It already did today.
Well, the mid to high 9s.
No, because I feel like, honestly, I feel like with Bitcoin right now, I feel like the support at the 10,000 level is just way too high. We really haven't broke down, I think, out of, whatever that support channel is that people have been showing. We've definitely touched inside of that channel right now, but I don't think we've hit the bottom of it. I think if we were to drop down to like 97, 96, we could be in for a little bit of a bumpy ride. I definitely think that we've had some bearish action over the last couple of weeks, over this last week. Definitely had some bearish action, and really you can go back to July and say since then, I mean, technically we've been down. We haven't been, or in the end of June, we haven't been back up over those numbers in June. So we are on a little bit of a downslide here, but I don't think that that's going to last. I don't think this is like we're going back into bear market part 2. I mean, you got the bear. Like, that's what you guys got to remember. You got bears and you got bulls. You got people like me that's a bull that's always going to tell you the price is going to go up. Because you know what? Even at $20,000, even though we went through that terrible bear market and it dipped down to 3, it's still going to go up over 20.
Yeah,
if you didn't sell, even if you bought at the absolute peak, if you didn't sell and you didn't buy all of that Bitcoin with loans, then eventually you're going to get all that money back. I just had a talk with a lady recently, at an event for my kids. We do homeschool, but we have a little group that the kids go to once a week. It's called Classic Conversations. Talked to a lot of the dads there about cryptocurrency. They were super interested in it. And then one of the moms was telling me she had a bunch of Ethereum and they bought it at the peak. And I was like, she's like, oh, I'm scared of that stuff. You know, I was like, what did you sell? She's like, no, we still got it. And I'm like, you know what? Eventually, it's going to go back up. Then you got the bears that are perma bears. They want the price to go down. So you're always going to have the dramatic difference between the people that really believe in it, believe that the price is going to $1 million one day. I do believe it. One day it will in the next 5 to 10 years. I believe in a 6-figure Bitcoin in the next year and a half, if not sooner than that. Like, I believe in all that stuff, you know? So for me, like, I see these dips and I'm like, you know what? We had a little dip. The price went down, but we're going to go back up. But then you got the bears that are like, you know what? We're going down to 7,000 right now. You know, you got people that still say we're going down to 1,000. Those are your perma bears, you know? And that's just what we have in the market right now. And, you know, the market is always the reflection of human psychology, and that human psychology is the battle between the bulls and the bears. And so that's what we're seeing right now. That's why we're seeing it. It's been in this tight range for a while. Now it's dropped down. The bears kind of they took control for a little bit. But I do believe that we are going to be going back up soon. Market side, for you guys watched that video on my channel earlier today, a lot of you guys complained about it. I was very surprised by that because just showing you guys a tool. I mean, if you want to buy it, that's fine. If you don't want to buy it, that's fine. It's 0.1 Bitcoin to buy it. That's pretty expensive, right? Less expensive today than it was, or right now than it was this afternoon. But, you know, the point is, like, I wasn't shilling that. I wasn't selling it. I'm not making any money, but I'm using it. And I'm going to be using it on the channel and showing you guys. And we're going to be able to tell if it works or not. If you're skeptical, that's fine. Let's just watch it and see. And if it does work, then you'll know that it works. If not, then you can say, you know, BitBoy, you're an idiot for bringing that guy on. And I'll be like, well, it doesn't work. I guess you're right, you know. So I can admit
You'll never
that.
know until you try.
Never know until you try. Now, paper traded, I'm not saying like, you know, if I say there's a green dot indicator that I'm going to be doing something with leverage trading, which there was a green dot today on one of the charts. I'll have to go pull it back up and look. I think it was on the 4-hour chart. There was a gold or a bold green dot, which means good time to get in. So I'm going to try it as long as it doesn't turn, you know, more bearish between now and after we get done with this podcast. And I'm going to do it. I'm going to trade it. I'm going to see if we can make some money with it. If not, you know, I'll lose some money. But I'm willing to do that for you. I'm willing to lose money for you guys.
Not too much.
Not too much, you know. Then I'll end up like Jay Chains, you know. Guillermo. I like to call him Guillermo now. You know what I'm saying?
I almost got demoted when we got here.
We did. We almost closed the podcast when we first got here.
We actually didn't do that.
Well, we didn't. We were gonna. We thought about coming up with a new name, new direction. But then we talked to people today, and they're like, "Man, we love the name of the podcast. We love what you guys are doing." But I do get a little discouraged sometimes because, like, for whatever reason, like our podcast just doesn't get mentioned with a lot of the other ones, and I'm surprised why. Because
we did win that Recti.
We did get a Recti. We did get a Recti. That's an award. A Recti. We got a
with
Recti.
the Rect podcast.
The Rect podcast. We did get an award, so we definitely shout out to everybody for helping. We actually beat the Bad Crypto podcast out for that. So we did. So, but anyways, so back to the market. What are your thoughts on the market right now, James?
So my thoughts on the market are darn. And I'm not a Bitcoin maximalist by any stretch of the imagination. So for me, I'm really hoping that altcoins will come back because my back is broken.
Yeah.
My bags
Well,
are
you know
heavy.
what? Let's talk about that real quick. So we are going to be talking about the SEC and Reggie Middleton. We're definitely going to be talking about that here in just a little bit because I know I told you guys yesterday I was going to write a story on bitboycrypto.com, which I did. You guys can go check out bitboycrypto.com. Look at the story. I'm having to recalibrate a little bit what I'm doing on the website right now. So if you've been following bitboycrypto.com, the news website, I heard back from Google News today, and they said that I need to write more write articles that aren't taking sources from other places. So I've had a few stories. If you guys don't know, I broke the Zcash getting removed from Coinbase story on Friday. Coindesk didn't have it till Monday. Ooh. So we're breaking stories on the channel. So I got some sources, but I'm trying to make sure that I'm not necessarily like just piggybacking on other stories. I'm going to try to come up with some unique stories, and I always come with a unique perspective, but you know, trying to get some more sources for that and stuff. So I only wrote one article on the website today.
So if you're in the Bit Squad and you got access to sources, hit my man up.
Yeah, if you guys are interested in helping me write for bitboycrypto.com, or if you got some insights to some projects or, you know, anything in blockchain, then let me know, because we're going to, you guys have my word on this. We are going to make bitboycrypto.com as reliable and as, sought after news as any news website out there. That's Cointelegraph, that's CoinDesk, that's CCN. We're
CCN
coming
is a
after
joke to
all
me.
of them. It is a joke.
CCN is a joke to me. I think that they put out a lot of bad stuff. They don't do any research into some of these contributor articles that go out that really have no backing or any kind of research done into them on any kind of opposition. So CCN, I think, is a joke to me. I think.
Well, CCN does sponsored stories, which, a lot of people don't like that and things like that. So I'm going to be turning pretty much all my videos into stories on there. So from time to time, I'll have some sponsored stuff on there. But the goal is to get it to where you don't have to do that. And CCN's big enough not to have to do that. CoinDesk and Cointelegraph, already said that they don't do sponsored stories anymore. They used to do sponsored press releases. Where projects would pay them and they would put out a press release and they'd be like, disclaimer, we just put this on our website, blah, 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 blah. But I would really want to get BitBoy Crypto up to where it is established and it's something where you guys know that is in your, your list of sources that you go to read crypto news.
A credible news source.
Credible news source.
Non-biased. Credible news source.
And share that stuff on Reddit because, they don't like it if I share my own stuff to Reddit. Reddit doesn't like that. So if you're in the Bit Squad, you got some clout on Reddit, which, you got a little bit of karma, then, share the stories when you read them on there. But we are going to talk about Reggie Middleton. But I wanted to bring up something you just said, which was the fact that Coil, I've asked if I'm on Coil. That's the XRP platform. I'm not on there right now. They've tried to get me on there before. I probably will do it at some point. I'm looking for an option that will post all of my content to all of the decentralized sources, which I haven't been able to find yet. So it's just hard because there's not enough time in the day, obviously, for everything that I do. But the conversation I want to have tonight, before we get into talking about Reggie Middleton, is, are altcoins dead? Are altcoins dead? Is Bitcoin maximalism going to take over the world? What do you think?
No. And why I say no is because I think this is just a typical market cycle, right?
Absolutely.
Well, we're going to see Bitcoin's going to gain its dominance. And 70% is a little bit higher than I think it was before the last market.
Well, it's 68 right now. So
68.
It's dropped down 2%.
Okay, so
it hits a ceiling and it drops, guys, every single time.
It's going to do that, and it's going to go through that cycle, and it's going to drop a little bit more at some point, if it's 6 months down the road, whatever it might be.
Yeah.
But I think altcoins, they're going to come back. I mean, and why I think they're going to come back is because if you tokenize the economy, if you tokenize, and we talked to a couple people at some booths here that aren't even in the crypto space, and they have
definitely want to talk about this.
Have had a lot of conversations with people about if they can tokenize their platform
without even knowing that they're saying tokenized. Like
Absolutely.
they don't even understand what cryptocurrency is. But the things and ideals that two companies in particular that we talked to today at this podcasting conference, not a crypto conference, they are trying to, without knowing it, tokenize their platforms.
Yeah.
And there's no question about that. We brought it up, said, oh, well, this is kind of like what Brave browser is doing with basic attention token. And we explained it, and they were like, that's exactly what we want to do. And they weren't even necessarily talking about creating their own currency, but they're talking about creating environments, creating systems for their platforms. One is a company called Threshold. So what Threshold is
this is really cool.
Yeah, they're a company that they want to get like musicians and artists to be able to hold events all across the world, right? So like for me, we'll take my channel for instance. Jay Chain's like his whole audience and people that like him is basically me and his wife and his dog. That's pretty much it. But for me, like I got a lot of fans in Australia. I got a lot of fans in South Africa. So, between those two countries, like let's say instead of a YouTuber, okay, or a podcaster, let's say I was a rapper. You know what I'm saying? Because I spit a couple bars here and there. You know what I'm saying?
He's got some flow.
I got some flow. You know what I mean? I don't know if y'all heard blockchain, but it's freaking tight. But in all seriousness, though, like let's say I was a rapper and I had those same fans. I had fans in Australia and I had fans in South Africa. So what Threshold does is it keeps a heat map of where all of your fans are, like through complex algorithms. And all of a sudden, if I looked and I saw I got a bunch of fans in Australia and one member of the Bit Squad, probably my boy Rohan, that lives over there in Australia, he said, you know what, Bit Boy, I want you to come out here and do, a live rap show, wherever I live in Australia. And the heat map says I got a lot of fans around there. Well, we can do that. We can set it up. We could set up it like a concert, but it's at somebody's house. And then Threshold helps you sell the tickets for that. And then Threshold just takes a portion of the ticket sales or whatever. And there are artists out there right now that are doing this exact thing, and they're making 6 figures a year, traveling around the world, going from house show to house show, where their heat map says they have fans.
Not tied by a label.
Not tied by a label.
Not tied by producers.
Record labels are dead, guys. I don't know if you know that. They're dying a slow death. In 20 years, there will be no more record labels.
No, there was no need for it because, I mean, with the access to the internet and the availability to publish your content whenever you want, how you want, especially as we start to develop more decentralized platforms, what's the point? I mean, and if you can do something like that where, I mean, even crypto space, you could say, all right, or Rohan could say, hey, I would like you to come here. Let's do a workshop on crypto, teach people how to buy it. You know, this, because like, when you're first getting into something, especially crypto, I mean, sending crypto from a wallet, I mean, even today, I was sending something to Ben or to BitBoy, and, I had to like,
oh my God, give me a name again, son.
Your government name.
My government name, son. All right.
And so,
I guess God didn't give me that name. I guess my parents did.
They did.
They did.
But the government,
BitBoy. They call me BitBoy.
The government recognizes your other name.
But anyways, we digress. Continue.
I don't even know what I was
That's
talking
it.
about.
He doesn't even remember anymore. But the point here is we were talking to the Threshold people that are doing this, and they said, you know what? What we really want to do is we want a way to give artists equity in what we're doing and be able to basically reward them for selling the tickets and not necessarily like a dollars and cents kind of way. We talked, of course, we try to talk them into taking Bitcoin, cryptocurrency for what they're doing. But what they're talking about is an incentive-based token, basically. That's exactly what they're talking about. And we talked to Oxbus, which is our, a new platform we're using for our podcast. And we talked to the founder there, Dan. And Dan told us the same exact thing. He says, we want to build a platform to where, we can reward people and fans can tip creators. And it's exactly what Brave Browser and Basic Attention Token is to the interwebs. I love saying interwebs. It's my favorite thing to say. But, these are non-crypto people that are talking about tokenizing assets and use cases for utility tokens. And these people are not money-hungry crypto projects.
No, they're just normal. I mean, the one couple was just fantastic, man, and they were like,
oh, we love them, yeah.
I mean, it's just so cool to see other people from different spaces start to talk about the same ideas and principles and ways to do business that us in the crypto space are. So super cool. I got a kick out of that. We both did.
Yeah, definitely. So we got Blind Crypto Dave here, Blind Dave Crypto. We met him in Blanco. He said, cool ideas, met you in Blanco. I do remember that, on way to Atlanta to help disabled enter crypto audio version.
Nice.
Yeah, okay.
Good for you, man.
Yeah, we love good audio version. And Octavius is asking me about the thing with CryptoFace. Listen, here's the thing, guys. I'm going to be completely honest with you about CryptoFace. Before I tell you about CryptoFace, let me say this. I generally do not like Anon accounts. I don't like Anon accounts. On Twitter, I don't necessarily like people that wear masks and stuff. My question is always like, why are you doing it? Some people have valid reasons to do it. Like if you work at a bank, you may not want people to know that you're pushing cryptocurrency.
You work in the government?
Work for the government. I do know some guys that work for the Canadian government that kept their channel anonymous because of that reason, okay? So generally, I am predisposed not to give people that are Anon credibility. However, who is the godfather of Bitcoin?
It's either Satoshi.
Yeah, that's the right answer. Good job, Jay. Satoshi Nakamoto. Who is he?
Who is he?
We have no idea. No one knows. He's as anonymous as it gets.
I'll tell you, he is not Craig Wright.
He's not Craig Wright. But the whole thing with CryptoFace is, how can it be a scam? How can he be scamming people? Like, he's selling a software, okay? It's 0.1 Bitcoin, so it is pretty expensive. If you're a trader and you only have 3 figures in your portfolios, then you don't need to use it. Like, that should be pretty cut and dry, obviously, right? Mm-hmm. But how is he scamming? He's selling a software. It's an indicator you put on TradingView, and people are saying it works. I mean, we've seen video after video of people that have used it, and now I'm using it. So if you do think he's a scammer, which after I talked to him, we talked a long time after the interview, And I like the guy. I actually think he's really nice. I know Crow did a video where he, talked about him and he said he was cocky and stuff like that. Not saying Crow wasn't saying that the product didn't work, but he called him cocky and all this. I didn't feel that. When I talked to him for an hour almost after we got done with the interview, I like him. He seems pretty genuine, honestly. And I'm a pretty good judge of people, other than, him. I thought he was going to be great when we started. But so I don't think he's a scammer in any form or fashion. So I think he's a good trader. His channel does very well. And once again, if you don't like that kind of thing, and you're skeptical, that's fine. You should be skeptical. You should be skeptical of Market Cipher. You should be skeptical of CryptoFace. You shouldn't just watch it and be like, oh God, this is great. Let me go buy this right now and trade tonight and make it happen. Do your research. Watch it. Paper trade with it for a while. And then it's not a scam. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But if it works and you're like, man, like if I would have actually been trading over 30 days, over that 30 days, I would have made 10 Bitcoins off of one, then you might want to be like, you know what, maybe it might be a good investment. So I don't understand what the idea of the scam is there. So that's my opinion on it. I like the guy personally, but we're going to be using it on the channel once again, and we're going to see over time. I'm going to talk about some trades I'm going to do and things like that. So he don't work for bank. Frodo says he has Market Cipher and it's amazing. Octavia says you can't compare CryptoFace with Satoshi. Like, that's not the comparison I'm trying to make. Obviously. I'm not saying CryptoFace is Satoshi. But maybe he is. Maybe he confessed everything to me and gave me all the Bitcoins. But
that didn't happen.
You're right. So the point here is that just because someone's anon, that should not necessarily make you more skeptical of them, or 100% skeptical where you jump to this ditch of like, oh, definitely a scam. He's wearing a mask. Dude, maybe he's just a dentist. Maybe he got ugly teeth. Maybe the dude is embarrassed because he knows I got a podcast called Beards and Bitcoins and he ain't got no beard. Maybe that's why.
Or also maybe because he's developed something that is very successful, he probably has a decent sized stack and he doesn't want to get robbed.
There's a list that somebody posted on Reddit recently of all of the people who have been hacked, that have been kind of, like Bitcoin holders, crypto CEOs, people that are out in the space, much more visible than I am. Like, I'm not saying I'm super visible, but like not on this level, like even on a higher level. And there's like 100. And I just listened to an ESPN show last night on ESPN Radio, or maybe it was yesterday morning on the way to the airport. And they were talking about how, you guys know that the Fortnite kid that won the $1 million playing Fortnite? You heard about that?
Nerd alert.
Nerd alert. But it was a big story. Kid playing Fortnite. They had a video game championship. His name is Bugha, I think. Bugha. His last name's like Boogenstein or something. Kid's like a teenager. He won $1 million in the World Fortnite Championship. The other day, he was on Twitch, and he was sitting there, and he was like, hold on, guys, while he was live streaming. I don't know how long he was gone. Maybe it was 5 minutes. Maybe it was an hour. I have no idea. He came back on, and he said, guys, I've just been swatted. Do you know what that is?
Swatted?
Do you know what swatted is?
Oh, yeah, where like someone calls like the SWAT team to your house.
Says there's like a homicidal maniac at your house, and then the SWAT team shows up, and there was actually a guy that got killed because the police or the SWAT team thought that there was really a hostage situation going on at this house, and they kicked down the door, and they killed the guy. Totally innocent. And they found the guy who called in the SWAT. So if you got to think about doing this, remember this. He got 50 years in prison.
Well, you know what? He should probably
He should have.
Probably should get more than 50 years in prison.
Yeah.
He caused someone to die.
Maybe it was 60. It was a long time. So, the swatting is a thing. So there are reasons why people may not want to have all their information out there public. So, but definitely, I never said he was Satoshi. My point is, Satoshi's anon, and people don't really question him for the most part. So, what's my opinion about Chico Crypto? He has a great video editor. His video editor is bar none. So, great video editor. I'm actually doing a new channel trailer for the video, or for BitBoy Crypto. And guess what? I told a guy who's making a video for me, I said, Chico Crypto's channel trailer is amazing. Can you make it kind of in that same style? So I can say some good things about Chico. He does some good investigative work. I think Chico's weakness other than just being kind of a jerk and people don't like him. Like outside of that, like outside of him just being a jerk, which he clearly is. And I think everybody knows that. Or if you're anyone who makes YouTube videos knows he's a jerk. But I think he is proud of that, I believe. I don't think that's surprising information to anybody. But in terms of his videos, his one really strong weakness, I believe, is assumptions. He reports things like it's 100%. Like he'll report two things and he'll be like, see, because this happened, then this thing is also true. And he also says it in like a way that's like, this is always true. So like he really like taps into this kind of like psychology of people when they hear stuff like that. They're like, oh yeah, that is true. But a lot of stuff that he ties together aren't true. He'll have a lot of facts. But you guys gotta, when you guys watch those Chico Crypto videos, which I don't, I blocked him from my channel, so I never see him because personally, he's not my cup of tea at all. But I have watched some of his videos, and he does have a video editor that's incredible, and things like that. So, which I just said I blocked him and I never see his stuff, and then I just also said, that I copied his channel, or I asked the guy to copy his style of his channel trailer. That's because I actually did watch one of his videos the other day for the first time in a long time about the Binance cover up with the hack. So I did watch one video recently, and there were some things in there that were pretty good. But I think you just got to be careful when you watch even any YouTuber, even me. When you put titles in the videos, if you guys don't know, YouTube is driven almost 100% by clickbait. So you got to put titles that make people want to click on it, because what good is your content if nobody watches it?
Yeah, I mean,
and nobody clicks on it.
Clickbait.
Yeah. So you can't watch a title and be like, oh, like this is definitely going on. You got to watch the whole video. And then when you're watching the video, you got to watch for people and say like, okay, this is where this person is inserting their opinion. This is where a person is, inserting their thoughts, their slants, their feelings on things. And they may be implying things that may or may not happen. And I think that's just the thing you got to do whenever you watch any investigative journalism, because it's not just in crypto that happens. I mean, it was going around the other day in kind of political Twitter, pictures.
Are you on political Twitter?
No, I saw this in a news story though. So I was on a news story that it basically showed two articles that had two titles that were the exact same article. And yeah, you saw that.
I saw that.
And one title was like, Donald Trump is ruining the world. And the other one was like, see, Donald Trump really does care. And it was the exact same article.
It's just how you want to spin it.
Exactly. And so, let's see here. Too bad Crypto Bobby don't bring videos that often. Was the first guy I followed when I entered crypto in 2017. Yeah, a lot of guys aren't making a lot of videos anymore. Here at Big Boy Crypto, we're always going to give you crypto videos all the time. You guys know FUD TV, Elliot. I love that guy. He slowed down on videos. He told me obviously he used to do daily videos. Doesn't think daily news is necessarily what everybody's doing it. Or not everybody, but there's a lot of people doing it. And I think you kind of have two different kinds of people in this space that are influencers, content creators, whatever you want to call us. You got people that this isn't really their passion. This isn't what they want to do, but they do it as a vehicle because they're making money. And then they hit a point where they say, okay, now I've been plugged in crypto for a while. So you know what? Actually, what I want to do is I want to create an exchange. I want to create, obviously Crow has his own exchange coming out. I don't think it's launched yet. I want to develop a game. I want to do development. That's what Elliot from FUD TV is doing. He's got an awesome game called Pizza Heroes. It's kind of Fortnite, World of Warcraft combo. Nerd alert. So, but some of you guys may like that kind of stuff. It's really cool, though. I watch the graphics of it. When it comes out, I'm going to have my kid do a review of it and play it and things like that. You got Crypto Bobby that's gotten very involved kind of almost on the corporate side of crypto. He's working to recruit people to blockchain jobs. Like, you've got some of these influencers that have gone to another level with what they're doing. Here at BitBoy Crypto, we will make news videos. This is what we do. We have a news website. This is what we do every single day. And I don't care about doing other stuff. I'm trying to level up what I do. I'm not trying to level up into something else. Preach. Tell me to preach.
Level up, baby. X.
Level up. Striking Vipers X expansion pack. Y'all got that expansion pack yet? Anyway, some of y'all may get that. Some of y'all may not. But But let's see here. Thoughts on stock market plummet? How stock market plummet is going to do awesome for crypto. Crypto Fiend, my dude. Hey, what are we doing? We doing this video soon? I'm coming down there to Florida here in a couple weeks, bud. We're gonna make some videos. I want to then make some cool videos your style in Atlanta. So feel free to come up and join me for some of that. Do I see a recession happening in the next 2 years? Honestly, no.
A recession in the economy,
Yeah.
or the recession in the crypto economy?
In the economy, the regular
Yes.
economy, you do see it.
Oh yeah. I think it's just the natural market cycle though.
Yeah, I don't see it because
In the next 2 years?
yeah.
Definitely in the next 5.
I feel like that's the easy answer is yes, in my opinion.
That's the uneducated just.
No. That's not the uneducated opinion. I'm saying we got a lot of global instability right now. Like that's the easy answer. Like, yeah, it looks like we're having a recession. But if I would have asked you that same question 4 years ago, what would you have said?
Oh.
Yes, exactly. That's my point. So yes, everything's pointing to a recession right now. I feel like. But everything's been pointing to the stock market dropping stock market's been on a roll for
It's been like a 5-year roll or something like that, right?
exactly. It's been for a long time. So I don't know what Donald Trump has planned for, or whoever's pulling the strings, whoever you think's pulling the strings. I don't know what they have planned for the economy. We don't know what's going to happen.
Well, they dropped the interest rates again, didn't they?
For the first time in 10 years. Yeah. So the Fed cut the interest rate for the first time since Bitcoin has existed, which is really interesting. So, I think that the easy answer is yes, but I'm more skeptical because I just think the U.S. is going to keep figuring a way out for a long time. The thing about the recession that happened before had a lot to do with debt. Yes, we got student loan debt that's out of control. We got a lot of debt now, but not like housing debt like we had, where all the houses were way overvalued. They were giving anybody loans. And that's really what spurred that thing on. So, we had a huge bubble. I don't feel like we have a bubble right now. I feel like the housing market is dropping a little bit, but we're not going to see the same thing that happened in 2008. And here's the thing, guys. Think about this. I was born in 1982. The 80s were great for economics.
Great.
In the 90s, Bill Clinton, even if you don't like him politically, or you think that he may murder you in your sleep if you say anything bad about him, which could also be true, the fact is, how was the economy when he was the president?
I think it was probably pretty good.
It was pretty good.
Didn't we get into a war though?
With Bill Clinton?
Yeah.
Did we? What war?
I'm not a history buff.
He's not a history buff. With George Bush, we got into a war with both George Bushes, but not really with Clinton. We did have some stuff going on with Bosnia and Herzegovina, yeah, and stuff like that. But
speaking of debt, did you hear the other day that J.P. Morgan Chase customers in Canada were forgiven of their credit card debt because they pulled out of the credit card market a while ago, and I think in April they said everything was due, but then they just said the other day, screw it, you don't owe us any money.
Well, this may be something that we see, a lot more happen with, this push for, Andrew Yang with universal basic income and sliding down the slippery slope of socialism, which Andrew Yang's actually doing very well. He's continuing to move up in the ranks of the Democratic nomination for president. I don't think he'll win the Democratic nomination. But
it's going to be Biden, right?
I don't think it'll be Biden. I don't know who it'll be. It'll probably be Kamala Harris, honestly, in my opinion. But whoever it's going to be, they're going to have a hard time winning. That's why they don't have a prime candidate right now, I believe, because I think they know that. But Andrew Yang has been talking about some cool stuff. When he gets a chance. He was on the H3 podcast recently, which is a really cool podcast you guys should check out. Not crypto related, but the thing is, we're moving towards this push of forgiving debt, socialism, which will never be a socialist country, in my opinion.
Socialism has never worked in the history of time.
Never. Well, the people that like it say well, look at Sweden. Well, look at this. There's a lot of factors that make us much different than those countries. And I know people that live there, and they say it's not as great to live there as everybody tells you that it is. I actually talked to somebody a couple weeks ago that told me exactly that. So y'all keep that in mind,
You heard it here.
Where they want to be? America. So I know a lot of y'all are international. That's cool. We love y'all. We'd love for you to come visit us here in America. We talked to a Uber driver today that talked about how great living in America is compared to where he was at in Morocco. He said in Morocco they treat you like they own you, where in America you work a job, you pay your taxes.
You follow the law, you have no problems.
You get no problems. Everything's cool over here. You know what I'm saying? If people are nice over here, you might see the 1% of people that are out there acting like jackwagons, but most people are cool. Most people are chill. You know what I'm saying? So But let's move on. Well, we got some questions. Do you think the last Litecoin dusting attack was made by miners to mine more blocks faster and get the rewards? Nerd alert.
Nerd alert.
Nerd alert. Nerd mining.
I don't even know what that means.
Yeah, sorry, Snake. We don't do mining on this channel, so
Except for when we got Crypto Christopher Walk, and then we can talk it.
was
We're
actually
going to
very
set up a
popular.
mining rig.
Yeah.
We are going to set up
We
a
are gonna set
mining
one up.
rig. I don't know how to do that yet, and he did say that he will not set it up for us, so we're going to have to figure it out.
Yeah, so I don't know, Snake. I mean, this is a new thing we do on the Beards and Bitcoins podcast where we say nerd alert when we don't know the answer to things. But in all seriousness, I don't know what the Litecoin dusting attack was. I will do some research on it, maybe write a story about it tomorrow and look into it. So I just don't have enough information about it to, say whether it is or not. I know we did have a lot of Litecoin FUD. If you guys didn't check out my Litecoin video on, and when I say FUD, like it was a real story that came out, a leaked chat between Charlie Lee and the Litecoin Foundation founding director, which is Franklin Richards. And basically, like Charlie Lee was like, yeah, we don't have a lot of development going on because we're focusing on adoption and we have a currency. So if you guys haven't watched that, check that out. So Blind Dave Crypto says, what projects in top 200 of market cap do you expect SEC will extort? So yeah, so let's move on and talk about the SEC story because this is a very interesting story. So basically, if you haven't checked out BitBoyCrypto.com and read the story about the SEC and Reggie Middleton, the long and short of it is Veritaseum was a project that was squarely in the top 100. I think it was near top 50 at some point. So we're not talking about a 721 on CoinMarketCap. And there were several days where it was biggest gainer or biggest loser of the day. It reminds me of a lot of those coins that we still see in the top 100 when we look at the top 5 winners and losers. Pump and dump. Pump and dump. A lot of people ask me, including some other YouTubers, asked me what I thought about Veritaseum. And I said for a long time, like, I don't think that it's going to have a working product. I don't trust Reggie Middleton, who, compared himself to a financial guru. We've never done a review on this channel of Veritaseum, but there have been several times, if you watch my videos, especially last year where it was the top winner of the day, I said, you guys be careful on this one, So what happened is the SEC yesterday, on Monday, they issued an emergency motion to basically go after Reggie Middleton for fraud. And the reason why they did this is because he's the founder, or creator, I guess. I think technically is the term's creator for him. Because he was moving the company funds, the project's funds, into his personal bank account. Do you think that was a good move?
That ain't cool.
That ain't cool. That's all I'm going to say.
That's just like 101. Like you don't muddy the waters like that,
Right.
with your personal funds and your company funds. Especially in an industry where you gotta be transparent. The blockchain is so transparent.
Yeah. So basically on BitBoyCrypto.com, I created a roadmap in the spirit of cryptocurrency, right? Spirit of cryptocurrency, everybody's got to have a roadmap.
Oh, a roadmap.
Everybody's got to have a roadmap. When I point
gotta
that
have a
to you, you
wallet,
have to
too.
say roadmap. In cryptocurrency, everybody's got to have.
A roadmap.
Dude, he's so good.
What about a white paper?
I'm gonna train him. I'm gonna train him, guys. I swear.
Sometimes I just don't know about you, man.
What do you mean? Because I'm so great.
Yeah, you're good. You're good.
I'm so good. Just kidding. I love that guy. Do you guys think I should get a new co-host? All right, here we go. So here's the story. So in the spirit of cryptocurrency, I created a roadmap for how to get the SEC to get you for fraud. So here is the roadmap. Number 1, lie about your experience. Lie about.
Is this like the CEOs or the founders
Yes,
that have said,
lie.
I've worked in finance for 25 years.
I'm a financial guru.
Come to find out the guy was a stalker at Walmart.
Exactly. Like,
You lying, you toast.
oh yeah, like I work for a huge, Fortune 500 company, making sure to fill orders and to do this and do that. And you're like, you were a freaking cashier at Publix. Come on, dude. So that's number 1. Number 2, create fake demand for a project.
Oof.
So basically lie and say, we're having a token sale. Now, this is the exclusive part of the token sale because we have actually gone through 80% of the tokens. We've only got 20% left. So if you want to get on this ICO, we only got 20% left. We're going to put this at a premium because our demand is so high for this.
Get him out.
But in reality, what he was doing probably was, sending those tokens out to other accounts for free and pretending like that cash money was coming in, so that way he could lie about the fake demand. So
Scammer.
number 1, lie about experience. Number 2, create fake demand. Number 3, claim to have a working product.
Ooh.
Which there's another project you guys should be careful about, which is Populous. Populous is a project, and when I say be careful about, they could be the type of project that is also on this list.
What's their ticker? Is it PPT? No.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's PPT. Because, now, and look, I'm not trying to FUD PPT. I'm just telling you what I heard, okay? Which was, I did a review on PPT where I talked about it. Sounds pretty cool, right?
They're the invoicing?
Yes. Good job. Dude.
That's one of my bags.
Ooh. Oh. Ouch. Because the idea was really cool, right? So you have these invoices and you pay somebody up front. Like, let's say I'm a roofing supply company, right? And I have a customer that got roofing supplies from me and they owe me $30,000. Well, instead of waiting for all that money to come in, I could settle for like $29,000 on a smart contract with Populous, and they would basically fund that invoice in a decentralized way, and then somebody's profiting that the $1,000 that I'm giving up to get the money now. So pretty cool idea, because one of the biggest problems in business for brick and mortar, not necessarily retail business, but like my stepdad owns a printing company, is like they do jobs for people like Home Depot, and dude, it sometimes will take these places a year to pay.
Yeah, I mean, you see a lot of contracts where people are like, I mean, there's some business that we do that's a net 15. I know people that are on net 45, net 60. I mean, that is just...
There's some that are net 6 months.
If you've got cash flow issues, like, you can't be waiting.
You can't be waiting. So it was a really cool idea. So they put out their first invoice, and it got funded, and everybody was like, oh man, this is doing awesome. It's got a working product. Well, I heard, I don't know this for sure, right? And not like a ton of you guys, other than this guy, have Populous bags. But Populous, supposedly, it was actually the same invoice that was getting sent around several different times. Ooh. So that's kind of the thing, right? You say the Veritaseum had was going to have this working product that was going to be able to, give people money, and people were going to be able to earn off of it and do all kinds of things. But it never really was working. And, it never really got going, at least when I haven't done any research on the last 6 months of Veritaseum. So I don't know, maybe eventually they did get a working product, but at some point he was lying to investors about the working product of Veritaseum. So that was number 3. So you have lie about experience, create fake demand for a project, claim to have a working product, and then manipulate the price. Which,
come on now.
Yeah, which if by itself, if manipulate the price was the only thing on this roadmap, then almost every project probably could get in trouble for it. So I think almost everyone's done that.
So there's 2 ways that I know that groups are, you can manipulate price. You got wash trading, right?
Yep.
Where you're just buying and selling to yourself. I mean, if you own all the coins, it doesn't matter if you, whatever.
Yep.
So you got that. And then where your founders dump to get everyone else to dump.
Yeah.
And then you scoop everything back up for super cheap.
Right.
And then it'll rise back up.
Yeah, it's basically kind of that same thing of, pushing. It's very similar to that, creating that fake demand. Is trying to push price up or push price down to be able to make your project more appealing. That's the long and the short of it. So that's number 4. Number 5, this is the clincher. Like, this is the one that will get your case expedited. Move the company funds into your personal bank account.
Yeah, man, you gotta be one dumb.
Come on, Reggie.
Come on, man.
Come on, Reggie.
Man, I feel like what's his name? Come on, man.
Chris Rock Chris Tucker.
No.
From Friday?
Oh, that was a little.
Or
funny.
from
I'm talking about the NFL. Oh, geez, Louise. Great story.
Come on, man.
Come on, man. Michael Irvin.
Is that what he said?
And Chris Carter.
The show. Oh, the thing. Yeah. Is that what they call it? Come on, man.
I don't know about the show, but they say that. Like, if somebody does
Come on, man.
If they do something stupid, you're like, come on,
it's like where they show the
man.
dumb highlights of the week or something. So yeah, that's definitely a true story. I do like that segment. So that's the roadmap there. That's the roadmap. Number 1, lie about your experience. I don't have it up anymore. I got the chat, so I'm going to have to remember it by memory. I wrote it. Number 1, lie about your experience. Number 2, basically make false demand for your project. Number 3 is to lie about a working product. Number 4, manipulate price, and number 5,
Move those funds.
take that money to your account, son. So that's what Reggie Middleton, that's what he's accused of. Now we don't know for sure, but I think we probably all, have a feeling on which way this thing's going to go. So when you're looking at other projects that the SEC might go after, look for that kind of roadmap. Like something like everybody loves to call a scam Tron. Everybody loves to call Tron a scam. But, I don't know. Maybe it kind of fits that roadmap. But at the end of the day, they have a working product at least. So you can scratch that off. They've got a working product. They have a decentralized platform. People are building dApps on and things like that. So people may say that Justin Sutton, a lot of his experience, say he was CEO at Ripple or something like that. I don't know if he actually said that, but that's the rumor going around. I think he said, I think him and Vitalik Buterin actually worked at Ripple together as interns, I believe. Really? Yeah, I believe that's actually true. But he was never listed on the company website because I think he was an intern and he said he worked there, implying he was staff. So I don't know if that would qualify for this. But you start going down the list and you say, well, create fake demand. Well, there was definitely a lot of demand for Tron, for sure. I mean, when the ICO happened. And you look at product, they do have a working product. Manipulate price, I don't know. Maybe you could make that argument. But you could, once again, you can make that manipulate price argument for every project.
A partnership manipulates price.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That is a very fine line of whether it's a good manipulation of price or you sign a partnership or you ink a deal, whatever.
I think that crypto's definitely got a bad name for a lot of manipulation, but I think if you look at big businesses, they're doing all the same stuff pretty much. Like your bank, they robbing you, son. You may not know that. So let me get back over here and look at the chat here. Let's see. What do you guys think about Holochain? I think Holochain's okay. You like it?
I love Holochain. I've loved Holochain since I first heard about it. I think obviously it's next generation stuff. We've got to get through the blockchain first before Holochain comes through. But yeah, since when I read that paper and I got into it, why are you guys calling all my bags out today? I love Holochain though.
Otto Hahn says hello. He's watched my videos for a year. Appreciate that, Otto. Thank you for coming on and chatting. He said, what do we do before the crypto channel? What is our, work in finance or trading? Absolutely not. Neither one of us have experience in finance or trading. That's why we're two regular dudes that love crypto, right? Crypto podcast for the man's man.
And the women who love those men.
And the women who love the men. It's just the women who love them.
Love them, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's
it's new. It's new. We're working out the kinks.
Because like Lynn, we love Lynn.
Lynn's a great. She's a super fan.
We love you, Lynn. We love you. But y'all keep in mind, I am a happily married man to Mamba Wild Things who's writing some articles for BitBoyCrypto.com. So definitely go peep that. You know what I'm saying? But, I have a lot of different experience and stuff. My degree is actually in nonprofit leadership. And I did that for a while. I was a executive director of a drug rehab for teenage boys. So I definitely did that. Got a passion for helping people, But, I also have experience in a lot of different areas. I sold concert tickets for a long time with a website.
This man's an entrepreneur.
I've done a lot of stuff. So I don't like to work regular jobs, and I haven't for a long time. So, and then Jay Chains, he likes to send football players to bowl games. Isn't that right?
Yeah. In a nutshell. I went to school for broadcast communications.
Did you really?
I did. Yeah, I was on the radio station and everything.
Why are you so terrible on the podcast then?
Oh man, that's cold-blooded. Actually, so we were talking to
Don't do it.
the guy. No?
What?
We were talking to the guys at the microphone place today at the podcast.
I thought you were going to talk about our stats.
No. Our stats are really good.
Yeah, but the stat of the one show I did without you.
Oh yeah, that was.
It's actually our worst stat show. So
as
much as I don't like him, I guess the people do like Jay Chains.
Yeah.
So
the guy at the mic stand.
Keep him around.
The guy at the mic stand said that I've got a better radio voice than BitBoy does.
Well, whatever.
But before I kind of got into this stuff, or I guess currently now because it's my day job. So I am a operations director for a ground transportation management and logistics firm. So we get athletes, teams, corporate clients, everybody in charter buses around the country. Don't own buses. We say we don't drive buses. We drive data.
Octavia says you do have a radio voice.
Thank you, sir.
I hate y'all.
That was a little scratchy.
I hate you guys.
Zing.
So we got some other questions talking about Talking about Ken. If you don't know Ken, it's a crypto project, not Ken Bozak. You guys may also know, who's decentralized, partying it up, dancing it up this week at Futures.
Oh man, they dancing fools. Him,
well, we're trying to
Yuki.
keep serious.
Yeah,
You know, we're trying to get serious over here. You know what I mean? We ain't trying to dance no more. All we do is this. All we do is this. I ain't dance no more. Y'all know that's a little Atlanta rap music for y'all. I told y'all I used to be a rapper, but whatever. And by be a rapper, I mean I would ride around freestyling in the car when I was 19. So, you know, the thing about it is with Ken is...
That's the kick token, right?
Yeah, yes, it is a kick messaging app token. I want you guys to think about this. This is really crazy. So I did a story on BitBoy Crypto about Ken fighting the SEC. They turned in a 130-page document to the SEC, basically scolding the SEC, saying that everything they're doing is BS. And I was like, yeah, get him, Ken, which I really do like that. I really do like the idea of people going after the SEC. I love that. I like to see people fight back because really, you know what the SEC is? It's a bunch of nerds. You know what I'm saying?
Nerd alert.
Nerd alert. It's a bunch of nerds. It's a bunch of freaking people in suits that like to have power and like to make decisions based on who's in their pockets, not what's best for America, not what's best for the people. Because they say that CME, who is the first people to put out futures contracts for Bitcoin that tanked the entire market, that CME is all up in the pockets of the SEC. So those people, they're vulnerable. I don't know if you ever watch the show Billions, but that'll really open your eyes up because I believe that's... My wife said, you know what? Do you think it's really like that where it's all these backdoor deals and, you know, they just decide who to go after because they don't like people? Yes, 100%.
Question for you, and let's open this poll up to the listeners. Who do you think has a bigger power trip? People in the SEC?
Or crypto influencers?
No.
Oh, sorry.
Or a mall cop?
Guess what? They the same people. You know the only difference? The guy that works at the SEC got a rich daddy. He got a rich daddy. He got a rich connected daddy. He been connected since the days of George Washington and Patrick Henry. He been connecting. And the guy that works at the mall cop job, he's the same exact guy. He just came from a trailer park. No offense if you live in a trailer park. He just came from some hard knocks. That's the only difference between those people. I hate those highfalutin people, man. I don't like that. You know, I'm not all about suits. I don't like to rock a suit. You know what I mean? Because all you're doing is you're conforming. You're just conforming because, oh, everybody wears a suit, so I gotta wear one. I don't get down with that.
What if you like? I don't like to wear a suit at work, but sometimes.
Sometimes it's cool.
Put on a shirt.
No. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is these people that could you imagine going to work every single day having to wear a suit? Some of y'all may do it. I couldn't do it. I struggle to wear nice jeans and a button-up shirt every day.
You can see he's got his party shirt on today, though.
Party. You know what I'm saying? So I just think a lot of that stuff is, you know, I get really frustrated with that kind of thing. I really do. I get really frustrated with this idea that putting on a suit makes you a better person than, or a better workplace than people that dress business casual, you know, or... You know, same thing with church. If you go to church, you know, like this church is a great example of this because you got different churches where the dress code at some churches are like, you got to dress up. You know, your old traditional Baptist churches. Now, not all of them. Okay, I'm not calling out any church specific, but you got some that are all suits. People, you know, if you're not wearing pants, if you're wearing jeans or you're wearing shorts, like they're staring at you and it's crazy. You got other churches that are more laid back. You know what I'm saying? That are just chill. And you know what? I think you will find that the people at the chill churches, they seem a little more genuine than the people that are all about the appearances, you know? So if you want to wear a suit, do you. But I just don't like this like idea of corporate America and the political spectrum of things that's like, you know what we do is every day we wear suits, and that is something that separates us from everyone else. And I just think that's dumb. That's my personal feeling on it. So, but I saw this guy wearing a suit one time, and I'll tell you, no, it wasn't a birthday suit. It wasn't a birthday suit, kids. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, so let's see here. Oh, my God, you better start crypto rapping. Go look up BitBoy blockchain. I got a couple rap songs. I also got one called Flippin' Friday that is with my brother-in-law. You may want to check that out. So.
We have talked also about writing a Beards and Bitcoin rap.
Yeah, we have talked about it. Do y'all want to see that? Do y'all want to see a Beards and Bitcoins rap song, like professional rap video done?
Rap video. I mean, we're talking Lambos, jets, honeys, champagnes.
Honeys, I don't know if the wife will like that.
Probably no honeys and
Probably
no champagnes.
And no champagne. I don't drink, so. But, I saw J Chainz doing karaoke in Texas, and let me tell you, this guy can karaoke with the best of them. You've never seen anybody with back sweat so fierce.
Man, I was into it.
He was sweating so hard that I thought I was jumping in the Rio Grande just by standing in front of him.
I was getting turned up. I was getting turned up, having a good time. My stage presence, man. I might not be the best singer in the world, but I got presence.
He's got presence
For days.
I'm about to give you a gift, son. Boom. Let's see here. I missed some of the comments.
Probably
I'm in crypto for the women. That's pretty funny. Han said, please give us a Bitcoin prediction till September 1st, 2019. Oh, definitely over. I mean, he said under 10K or above. I say definitely over. I think by September 1st.
Do your own research, though. This isn't
Of course.
financial advice.
But I think we'll be somewhere between 12 and 13,000.
That's fair.
Between 12 and 15. I'll give a higher side, but I think we'll definitely be above 12 by the end of this month. My personal thought. I could be wrong, but I do think
it could take 1 hour to go above there.
it could. I mean, y'all saw it go from 9,000 to almost 14,000 in about 3 days. So you guys just remember that.
That I think was manipulated though, because that was right before Bitcoin 2019.
It may have been a lot of OG Bitcoin maximalists that want to be like, "See, told you, see, told you."
Get everybody excited. I mean, it got the atmosphere going because everybody was really charged up.
Yeah. So we got crypto and hot rods is in the house. What is up? Saw them at the Bitcoin Bins meetup. Good to see you guys. They said they will repay the users with lost money. Bit reconnect. Or he said I don't know what that says. Bitcoin travelers at 100K in 2019.
2019.
So. That's
man.
By the end of this year.
Whoa.
I think my prediction for the end of the year is somewhere between like 26K and 40K by the end of the year.
I think that's a good.
Because I think when it starts running, you guys got to remember when we start approaching all-time highs, everyone is going to FOMO in. People are sitting back. I think 15K is a big number. I think when we break 15K, I think that's going to be a really big number. But you got to remember also, here's the thing, guys. The price went down to $31.50 in December. Okay, you got a lot of people that got in. Myself, I did some buys down at that low price. Okay, because I was pretty sure that was the bottom. I didn't think we were going to touch 3,000 because everybody wanted it.
I think we're always going to see some pretty lows in December, right? Because people have to sell off to take the tax loss.
I don't know. That might just be kind of like crypto folklore. I'm not sure if that's true.
I know that they do. I know people do that in like the real world for like stocks. And
in
stuff.
December, but
Well,
why wouldn't they do it in April? Oh, because of the year.
Because the year ends. So you
we
sell.
in crypto. We ain't sweating them taxes, son. Oof. Nah, we sweating them. You know what I'm saying? But we just holding out, hoping they're gonna get some of that regulation straight. You know what I'm saying?
That's it. Yeah.
But yeah. So, but people bought at that low price. So since the price went down to $31.50, you got a lot of people that 15,000 is a 5x. And you got to watch those numbers. You got to watch those X numbers. Somebody got in at 3,200. Okay, 6,400 is a double up. Okay, 9,600 is a triple up. Okay.
UXing.
4x, it is not trading. 4x is a kind of trading, but a 4x gain is when you make money from 4x trading. No. A gain that is multiplied by 4. Okay, sorry, I can't stop.
Let's just go to 5x. So we'll just say 5x.
Okay, so 4x, 3,200 would be what, 12,800. Okay, and we're 12 between 9,600 and 12,800 is kind of where we've been living. We've been living in between this 3x and 4x number. Once you hit 5x, which would be right at, what would that be? Right at 15,000? That does not sound right. Is that right?
Yeah, 3 times 5 is 15.
3 times. What about 32 times 15? That would be 1,600, right? Or 16,000.
Give or take.
Right at 16,000 is going to be, my math on the 4 may have been slightly off, but right at 16,000 is going to be a 5x. So you could have a lot of people that may be trying to cash out right there around 16,000 because they 5x'd. You got some people that might have got it rich. Maybe they bought $100,000 worth of Bitcoin and they 5x. Now they got 500 grand. So I don't know. And there's a lot of people that invest in Bitcoin that aren't in this community, that don't live and die by every single swing of it. So, that's definitely something to think about, but, that is my opinion. So you need to live stream more, man. Yeah, I know. I've been really trying to work on just everything I'm doing on the channel. So I don't know if you guys have noticed. I've been trying to change a lot. I hired a channel manager. We got a podcast manager. I got a channel manager. We're trying to take this thing to the next level. We are trying to get this thing where...
We're going to get the message to you.
Like, look, guys, I love Crypto Zombie. Crypto Zombie's great. He's helped me a lot. I love that guy. Crypto Love. I love that guy. He's the one that helped me grow my channel more than anybody, okay? Data Dash. I ain't never watched him really, but he's got a big channel. I want the biggest channel. I want bigger channel than all those guys. So I'm going to try to do everything I can to ethically grow this channel and make it to where this is the number one place you go for crypto news. That's what I want, So I think anybody that does a channel that doesn't have that attitude, that doesn't want to be number one, then is that somebody you really want to get on their team?
Well, you want somebody with motivation.
You want somebody with motivation. So that's what we're doing. So I love those guys. I love anybody that's got bigger channels than me. Not anybody. Some people got bigger channels I don't like. But, for the most part, a lot of, we all know each other. That's the cool thing about crypto YouTube is we all know each other. We go to conferences together. We hang out. We talk. We call each other. We're in a Telegram group together. A lot of us, there's like 150 or 160 of them. I don't know if you know that, but I'm the admin. You know what I'm saying? Me and Crypto Crow, we kind of run that thing. So, fireworks? Fireworks going on behind us. That's our signal to get out of here. Big boy out. I'm just kidding. We staying on because this is fly right here. But, so the thing is, we have a lot of connectivity. We're here at this podcasting conference, and there's much bigger niches than crypto. These people don't even know each other. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, I guarantee you all the fitness people don't know each other, but all the crypto YouTubers pretty much know each other. And it's a very special time in cryptocurrency over the last 2 years. Yes, people have been in crypto for a lot longer than that. I invested in 2012. I got stories from the old days. But the community has only been around for about 2 years. Yeah. That's it. And we're on the front edge of this thing. And it's fun. It's fun. And this is something we got to enjoy while we have it. Because I was talking with Crypto Zombie when we were in San Francisco, and he said, man, like sometimes I think, there's a guy out there in his basement right now making his first video that might be the biggest YouTuber out there in a year from now. There's people, it may be you. It may be you. You may be the person I'm talking to that sits there and thinks like, man, I think I could be better than
you could
BitBoy.
be like that one person you were telling that story today. We were talking to some people that run a travel podcast.
Yeah.
And you were telling the story about how someone hit some crazy viral video and they picked up 1 million subscribers in a week.
Yeah. There's a girl. Her name is
the Van Girl.
Yeah, the Van Girl. Her name is Janelle. Let me look up her name so y'all can look up her channel right now. Van Girl.
But I couldn't imagine that. Like 1 million subscribers in a week.
I think her name's Janelle something. Janelle.
Is that when you get like that gold disc?
I think you get the gold.
You
get the silver at 200,000.
Platinum
I think.
play button.
Is this her? No. What? Oh, her name's Janelle Alina. Her name is Janelle Alina. Her first video was called, or her second video was How I Shower Living in a Van. And she's cute, you know what I'm saying? I mean, that has a lot to do with it. A lot of people think she's cute. But her, let's look at her videos here. Her first video got 7.4 million views.
Woo.
Her second video got 13 million views.
Woo.
Her third video got 4 million views and has been out for 2 weeks. So it'll probably catch those other ones. So in a week, she went from like nobody had ever even heard of her to one of the most popular YouTubers out there because she cracked the algorithm. We trying to crack it, son. But
that's the goal.
But the point is, we don't know. Me and Zombie were talking about that. Like, you don't know who's out there that might become competitor to us. We're all friends, pretty much, except for Chico. But we're all friends and hang out and talk, and it's cool. It's a good time in crypto to be a member of the community. And there's people out there right now that are thinking about starting channels that are going to be really good. And one day we're not going to know all the YouTubers. One day there's going to be such a big crypto community and such a big crypto YouTube presence that it's not going to be like this. And we're going to tell stories about these times. We're going to tell stories about that time that me and Jay Chains went down to the podcast movement in Orlando, Florida, and people were freaking out because the Bitcoin price went down to $10,000, and we did a podcast at the DoubleTree Hotel, right? We hit the DoubleTree, son.
We're on like major drive.
Shout out to Dawn working sales and marketing for the DoubleTree.
Oh yeah, she hooked up this
Hooked
spot.
it up. We got a spot. Look at our spot. It's gangsta. If we wouldn't have been in such a hurry to start because we were running a little late, we would have fixed the lighting a little bit so I don't look like I'm glowing like an angel. But maybe it's because I'm angelic, son. Maybe, you know. We're gonna tell stories about this one day. You can tell your kids one day, like, oh my gosh, I used to watch J Chains before Big Boy Crypto kicked him off the podcast. You know.
Man,
Now he's just a freaking WWE wrestler. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh, I could be a wrestler.
I can see that. happening.
I'm gonna take some
What y'all think?
steroids.
Y'all want to see the RKO on that guy? I might put it on him. That time that Bit Boy RKO'd me out of nowhere, that's the moment I decided I need to get big. I need to get stout. I need to go into the wrestling biz.
I ain't tiny, baby.
So, you ain't tiny. Neither one of us are tiny, let's be honest. So, I'm curious what other crypto YouTubers, but from like other, I Google it, Indians. Yeah, there's a lot of other people out there, so, you know, that are going to YouTube and things like that. So, that's the whole point here, is that there's going to be other people that are going to come. They're going to be part of this community. So, enjoy it while you got it. You know, another thing you guys got to really be thankful for, I'm dead serious on this. You guys have direct access to YouTubers, pretty much. You can find ways on Telegram to contact me, get in my Telegram group, Bit Squad. You know, I got my email address on the About Us page or whatever it is. Like, and I'll respond to you. I'll tweet.
respond too if you got any questions.
Sorry, this is a little shtick, man. Obviously, he's more important than me because the numbers went down when he wasn't there. But anyways, guys, I'm being honest.
Don't lie. Facts do not lie.
But you got direct access to so many different YouTubers, you know, where they'll actually respond to you. Try going on, I'm just going to make up a YouTuber, Jake Paul or Logan Paul. Like, y'all probably don't like them. They did a pretty funny Flat Earth documentary that was parody that was real funny. But outside of that, I know people don't like them. They're controversial, whatever. Go to one of their channels if they do a live stream and try to connect with one of those guys. Try to connect with Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan podcast. Try to connect with those guys.
We run a podcast and he won't answer to us.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, there's so many people out there that you don't have access to. But in crypto, you pretty much have access to everybody. And that's really cool. You know, people respond to you in the comments. And it's not like the lottery where it's like, oh, man, maybe this guy will respond. I mean, if you are one of the first like 10 or 15 people that comment on one of my videos, I'm going to give it a heart, and I may respond to you, depending on what you say, you know. If you ask a question, a lot of times I'm going to try to answer it. Now, if you're shilling something, you're like, oh, BitBoy, you need to go check out this ICO. It's really, really cool. I know it's going to be better than Sparkster. Then, yeah, I'm not going to answer that. I ain't got time for that, you know. If you're trying to show me something because you actually work for a project or you're invested in something, you know, whatever. But email me, talk to me, whatever, and it's not just me. It's people much bigger than me even.
That's the cool thing about crypto is that, you know, not only can you get in touch with, you know, the people like BitBoy and other YouTubers and influencers and whatnot, but even like the CEOs of the company. I mean, if you go on Telegram, what are you laughing at?
Oh, my boy Snake said he can already tell I'm spitting bars while I'm talking, son. That's right. spitting bars, driving cars. That's Lambo only, son. Yeah, like that as a little bar I spit. It wasn't that good, you know what I mean? But, you know, rapping bars and cars ain't that great. But I just want to show you, even at my worst, I can still sound pretty good. You know what I'm saying?
Anyhow.
Speak on that.
So
don't speak on my name.
So back to what I was saying.
I'm sorry, guys.
Is that, you know, you have access to CEOs, to founders, creators, devs, all that.
Falcons all day. Sorry. Go ahead, continue.
We're done here.
No, please continue. Somebody said Falcons are Saints. And that got my
Who
juices.
that? Who that?
If you ever thought we were heading Splitsville, you just hit the gas pedal. I don't mess with them Saints, son. Falcon season almost upon us. Yo, I got them season tickets, son. Can't wait to that game 1. Boom. September 8th versus the Vikings. We gonna drop something.
Crushed.
That's right. We gonna turn Kirk Cousins into Kirk Kissing Cousins, because he gonna be heading down to Alabama without no job once we sack that dude 17 times in a game. I don't know if you noticed, we've had some good games in Minnesota. Mike Vick splitting them defenders down the middle during overtime, making them guys run into each other. And I don't know if you know this, but the Minnesota Vikings in 1998 were 15-1, one of the best teams of all time. And we took them sons of guns out. Championship game. killing it. Now we lost in the Super
But then
Bowl.
you lost the Super Bowl.
We did lose the Super Bowl, and Eugene Robinson slept with a prostitute the night before. He was supposed to be the man of the game, and then ruined all that stuff. Then of course we know I was at the Super Bowl. We lost 20 when we were up 28-3. So.
I think as a Atlanta fan, you've been to 2 and lost both, and one was like the biggest choke in the NFL history.
Yeah, I know. I literally attended the biggest choke in sports history.
You were up like 50-0.
No, well, we were up 28-3. We should have won. And then I also went to the national championship game where Georgia was up on Alabama in the fourth quarter so big, and we lost that one too. So
that was an oof.
Can my team just win a championship one time? Braves won it back in '95, but I think it's due, man. Who
was on that team? I was a Braves fan.
For '95,
you had like Chipper Jones,
Fred McGriff.
Who was your pitcher?
Javi Lopez. Right? Can you let me give the whole team? I'll give you the whole team right now.
I just want to throw some names in there.
I'll give you the whole team. We had on first. We had Fred McGriff. We had Javi Lopez catching. Second base is a little fuzzy, but I'll probably be able to come up with it in a second. We had Terry Pendleton won on that team. We had David Justice. Ooh. We had Marquise Grissom.
Ooh.
Okay.
He was the one who was right.
Yeah, Marquise Grissom caught the game-winning. The game-winning catch at the end. He's the one that caught.
Was he the one who had the weird hands when he was batting?
Ryan Klesko was playing, I think, at that time. Maybe he was playing first base.
Thanks for answering my question. You could have just said no.
What? Don't know the players?
No.
What was the question where he was shaking the bat? I don't think that was him. Maybe it was. I can't remember. I was in the 7th grade. So we had John Smoltz. We had Tom Glavine, Greg Maddux. I think we had Mark Wohlers back then, I think, as well, relief pitcher. So we had a lot of good players back then, man. But even once again, right, Braves won the World Series in '95, but unfortunately, we won 14 straight division championships and won the World Series once. Check this out. This is a crazy stat. In our division, right, we got the Marlins, used to be the Expos, but the Marlins Expos / Nationals, the Mets, and the Phillies. So 14 years in a row, we won the division. We won 1 World Series. The Marlins during that stretch had 0 division wins and 2 World Series wins as the wild card. So that's Atlanta for you, y'all. That's Atlanta for you. But I'm Atlanta do or die though, for sure. Critter Life says, I think Tone kicks out every other person out of his chat. But if you go to a conference, he'll talk to you. He's an interesting character. I like him personally. I've met him, hung out with him, whatever. I like him. We went and watched the Game of Thrones finale together with Naomi and Brecky and all that.
Nerd alert. Come on, man.
Don't hit me with that nerd alert on that Game
man.
of Thrones. Dude, Game of Thrones ain't nerd alert, dude.
Are you kidding me? That is the king of the nerd alert right here.
Jay Chains is on point today. Ben, stop sounding so hood. Listen, here's the thing, guys. When me and Chains get together,
we gangsta.
Now,
I know what it's like.
When you just get me, I put on the suit for y'all. You know what I'm saying? I put up the suit. Hello, I'm Big Boy Crypto. But when Jay Chains is around, we get a little gutter. You know what I'm saying?
We got that synergy.
Oscar says best team of all time, Miami Dolphins, and they accept Litecoin. So I guess this is a great time to kind of end the podcast here in a second, our live stream here. But tell them what's going on with that, Chains.
So next week we are going to be talking. Next week, right?
Yeah, next Wednesday.
Next Wednesday, we're going to be talking to someone from the Litecoin Foundation about this partnership with the Miami Dolphins.
Yeah, because what's more manly than NFL football?
Oh,
and if you're from Europe, don't say soccer. And don't tell me it's real football, because you know what we're going to hit you with?
Nerd alert.
Nerd alert. We're going to hit you with that nerd alert, son. So, great rapper name from Blake Sims here, Digi Smalls. That's a great rapper name. Like Digibite, Digi Smalls.
My rapper name is Digga Deep.
Digga Deep. I had a lot of rap names throughout the years, but the one that I really went with that was my go-to rap name, it was MC Escher. Do you know who MC Escher is?
I have no idea.
Have you ever seen those the paintings of stairs that go in a square? And
the ones that confuse your
the
brain?
optical illusions?
Yeah.
That was MC Escher. He's the one that created those. Oh. He's got a very famous painting of him. He painted a portrait of himself holding a reflective mirror ball, and you can see his face, like it's a portrait of his face in the ball. You've seen it before, I guarantee it. But that's MC Escher. So I thought it was a cool, that's his name, but I was like, you know what, that sounds like a good rap name. So I'm basically an optical illusion, you know what I'm saying? So that was kind of how I used to kick it, I did go through a stage in my life where I did think I was seriously going to be a rapper when I was younger. So
I mean, you live in Atlanta. It's pretty
yeah,
natural.
I had an Echo tattoo. You guys know Echo, the band Mark Echo. I had an Echo Rhino on my
With
back.
the rhino?
Yeah, that was the Rhino. It was Echo Rhino. So I had that on my back. It's covered up with an Atlanta Falcon now, but. I used to wear the puffy vest, man. Like I had earrings.
Did you wear Timberlands?
I had earrings. You know what I'm saying? Could you imagine Big Boy with earrings? Nerd alert.
Did you rock them Timberlands?
Oh yeah.
Timbas?
Oh, I had, dude. Timbo's Jabos, hit it up. I used to rock that, dude. So, anyways, guys, let me just check the chat real quick before we get off here. This has been a long podcast, hour and a half. So
This is fun. We should definitely live stream more.
yeah, we should do more live streams for Beers and Bitcoins.
And I like the AMA style.
Yeah, the AM style is pretty fun. So, no, it's not Bitcoin Ben or David Schwartz or John Kim. It's I think his name is Eric Brown. He works for Alliant Payments, which works. I'm not sure if he's actually a member of Litecoin Foundation, but he works. He may have been in that leaked chat, I think maybe, or somebody alluded to Alliant in that chat somewhere. So, we may ask him about that. Somebody asked me about Anarchapulco. I don't know if I'll be going to that one. Oh gosh, somebody questioning me on football. If it's football, then why Americans play the game by holding the ball in the hands? The real game football is the football that we play in Germany from 1800. Comments?
Nerd alert.
Otto, we love you, dude. We love you, Otto. But
No, I mean, it's a sport. It's fun. It's cool. I mean, some people like it. I grew up playing American
I like
football.
soccer. I do like soccer, but we call it soccer.
His kids play it.
I mean, it's just what we call it here. You know what I mean? It's not diminishing it. So when people say football, I mean, we think football here. You know, that's what we think.
Gridiron.
But you guys may not know this. Maybe you saw my post on Twitter the other day. But I actually, this fall, I'm actually not going to be going to very many conferences. I am going to go to World CryptoCon and Litecoin Foundation Litecoin Summit that week in October. But this fall, I'm coaching 8U tackle American football. I'm coaching my 4-year-old son's T-ball team, and I'm coaching my daughter's 6-year-old co-ed soccer team. So I'm coaching 3 sports. You guys may not know this, but I'm a coach. That's what I do. Now, I love the American football because I get to yell at the kids. Y'all would not even recognize me out there. I'm yelling.
Jimmy, you got a block.
Get down. You better not put your feet on that ground. You better lift those legs up. Talking about doing the where you lay on your back and you put your legs up in the ground. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah, when you're working them cores.
Yeah, when you're working the court. We had the kids. Now I'm the assistant coach. The head coach had almost all the boys crying the other day. Crying. I was like, it might be a little too much. I'm watching my kid. My kid's getting little tears sweating up.
Pushing them, you just push them
You're
back
pushing
in there.
them.
Rub a little dirt on
Yeah, a
it.
little
Push
dirt
the
on
tear
them.
in there and sack up.
We're used to playing, kids soccer or whatever, where like parents get mad at me if I yell at the other coach, because they're doing something sketchy. Here in American football, I call it American football, and real football, like I like to call it. They love it when you yell at the kids. So I'm up there yelling, not in a mean. I'm always encouraging. I always be encouraging. I'm not yelling at them, telling they're bad kids. But if I'm holding the pad and the kid's blocking it, I'm saying, "Are you gonna start pushing? When are you gonna start pushing this thing? Drop them feet. Come on, boy." So, trying to encourage them to do better. But, football is definitely a different tone than other sports, for sure.
Than football.
Yeah. But I will say this also. I did not want my kid to play tackle football. People might be saying, "Pit boy, why you got your kid playing tackle football? You're going to have concussions and do this and do that and blah, blah, blah. It's child abuse. Let your kid play football." But he begged to play. And when I was a kid, my mom did not let me play football. And I didn't play football until I was in high school. And I was way behind the other kids. The other kids in my high school. Like, I wanted to play football. I love football. But my mom was scared I'd get hurt and this and that. And I regret that my whole life. I just wish she would have let me play when I was little. So my kid came to me. His name's Madden. Okay, so y'all figure that out. Like John Madden. He came to me and said he wants to play. I said, "Son, well, don't you want to play baseball? He played soccer for one more, season. He's played like 9 years, or not 9 years. He's 7. He's played 9 seasons, twice a year, playing soccer since he was like 3. And he said, Dad, I really want to play football. So I said, okay. Me and his mom talked about it, and we decided, I didn't want, my wife didn't really want him to play either, but, it's fun. It looks like he may be the kicker, too, from his soccer experience, so that's pretty fun. Yeah.
That's good.
So every time I say we're going to get off, I check the chat one more time, and then it's over. So, Pit Boy and Jabos. Love you, Otto. Thanks, bud. You need some coaching in poker? I hope you ain't losing money, bud. So kind of like Waterboy, Mama don't let me play football. Yeah. Oh, wait, hold on. Snake said, wait, he's got something for me. Yeah, it's kind of like, and it wasn't like that. I played sports growing up. It was just, she didn't want me to play football. She's a single mom. My dad wasn't around when I was a kid. Me and my dad have a great relationship now, but, she's a mom. She worried. If if I was gone, if I had died, my wife wouldn't let my son play football. It's a man thing. Your boy wants to be a warrior, you let him be a warrior. So,
Put on that eye paint and go to work.
put on that eye paint. He's a tough kid, man. I like my kid, man. Let's see here. I'm waiting for you, Snake. What you got? He says you got something for me. What you got? This will be the last thing, then we're going to get off. Can you believe somebody? Don't forget to smash the like button, y'all. Can you believe somebody actually disliked this video? Somebody disliked it.
That ain't cool.
No, that ain't cool.
I mean,
man.
you're entitled to your opinion. It's fine.
Nah. Get off my channel. I'm just kidding. You right to your opinion. I don't care. Dislike. You guys may not know this, but dislikes actually count the exact same as likes in the algorithm. So
dislike away.
go ahead. Dislike it. I don't care. Josh Wyrick says, ice hockey, 20 years growing up. That's cool. Part 2. I'm still waiting to hear what you say there, Snake. Jalen said, is a poker bracelet in your future, BitBoy? 100%. So part of one thing I want to do here with crypto in the channel is I want to get to where I make enough money with crypto to fund traveling around on a WSOP circuit. I want to play on the WSOP circuit. I want to go to Vegas for 2 months. Still make videos, but go to Vegas for 2 months in the summer. Get out maybe a house.
Would you get like an Airbnb or would you just like stay at like the MGM?
Well, me and my friend that I play poker with, we're talking about renting a house out there next summer. So, but you guys know, like poker, there's a lot of variance, and so you got to have a lot of money to do it. So I do want to win a bracelet. I'm very committed to winning a bracelet. So the WSOP circuit that travels around to different casinos, they don't have a bracelet. It's a ring, and I did final table. I got 6 one time, so I was very close, and I basically lost a coin flip, or I would have had a great chance to win. So you guys may not know this, my friend Brian from Young Durham Crypto, he actually got second last year for a bracelet. Almost got it. So I do believe one day I will win a bracelet in poker. I don't know when it'll be. So I've really had, because of everything we're doing on the channel, I've really had to focus on the channel lately, the last few weeks, and probably for the next few months, especially because of my kids' sports schedule. I won't be able to be playing that much poker, traveling around for the fall. But hopefully by the winter, by early 2020, I'll be able to go and do a lot more travel and playing poker. So I'm passionate about poker. I may do a Twitch channel, Would you guys want a Twitch stream where you watch me play poker? It's BitBoy Poker. Nerd alert. I don't know. Maybe y'all would like that. Maybe you would like to watch me play poker. I don't want to do it on the crypto channel though. So maybe every once in a while I'll do a live stream where I do something like that. But I don't really like playing online that much. I really like playing,
real cards.
Yeah, real cards, son. Need them real cards. I don't online poker. Okay, let's see. Thanks, Dave. He said that's cool. What happens? When that happens, we can split costs. You play poker on Wink. I was for a long time. I played there a good bit. I had a lot of success there, but I like playing tournaments. So, do they have tournaments going yet? I don't like cash games. I don't play a lot of cash games because my friend said like, oh, you know what? You play cash games, and cash games is like a job. If you're playing cash games for poker, and it's not like you're on vacation, just stopping in for a couple hours in a casino or whatever, a poker table. Cash game is like a job. That's like professional poker playing. Like there's nobody sees you win. I'm competitive. I want to win a bracelet. The money would be great if I win a bracelet to win like $1 million or $200,000 in a tournament, whatever it would be. That would be great. But I want to be the best. I want to win a tournament. I don't play sports anymore like I used to. I coach. I don't play sports. So that's what I want. I'm very competitive.
What if you started like you were the bookie for your kids' teams?
I can't talk about that. We may already be running that, son. I'm just kidding. We don't do that. I would never bet on my kids' games. That's crazy. BitBoy did, but yeah. I want to party with BitBoy and J Chains in Vegas. Well, I'm going to Vegas. We'll go. Are you gonna go?
For on
World
Halloween
CryptoCon? Yeah. Can you go?
I don't see why I wouldn't be able
Yeah,
to.
he's there. Some people I know aren't going. I think Brecky's not going this year. Some people aren't going. So
I was talking to Gaston the other day, and
they've had some crypto tournament. They've had some tournaments on Trombet. Okay. I've had a real hard time getting those Wink people to. I don't know. You guys may not know this, but if you guys remember when they did when it was still Tronbet, and they did the poker tournament with Charlie Lee and Justin Sun, who made his name the announcer, which was hilarious, or announcement man, and several other big name people. Spencer Dinwiddie was a point guard for the Brooklyn Nets. He was there. I was supposed to host that. It was me. They told me that it was going to be me. They said, "Oh, you got experience in poker, But you know what they did? They went to Crypto Love, who I love. he's got a bigger channel. That's all. They said, you know what? He got a bigger channel. We're gonna use him. That kind of rubbed me the wrong way. And guess what? They never told me they were doing that. It was leading up to the days ahead when we were supposed to do it. And I sent them a message like, hey, guys, what's going on with this? They said, oh, yeah, by the way, we forgot to tell you. We picked somebody else.
Ooh, that's cold-blooded.
Cold-blooded. So, I've had a hard time kind of working with the Trombet team, Wink team, whatever you want to call them. So the community's great. Like the community. Don't like a lot of the stuff that happened between the Wink community and the IOST Play community. That's a whole other issue we could get into. Kind of irritate me a little bit about some attacks against IOST because of a third-party DApp. But, whatever. Would there be another conference in Miami? I'm sure there's one soon. We could definitely hit that up. So make a wrap on that panda. So, all right, guys. Well, that's gonna be it. We gotta go eat. We haven't eaten dinner yet.
I'm starving.
I'm hungry. So we're gonna do that, and we will talk to you guys later. We'll put this audio version out, on the podcast channel and things like that. If you want to come back and check out the stream, but that's pretty much all we got today. You wanna say final words, Jay Chains?
We love you. Thanks for watching. Thanks for all the comments. That was pretty cool. We've done an AMA or a live stream once before, and I don't think it was as active as this, so it was cool.
Yeah. Have we done one on the channel?
I think we did it on the Beards and Bitcoins channel, and that's why we didn't get a whole lot of action.
Yeah. You guys go subscribe. Go subscribe to the Beards and Bitcoins YouTube channel, please. Y'all go hit that up. I want to get that thing over 1,000 here in the next couple months. So that's going to be it for us tonight. I'm staring at the screen instead of staring at you. That's going to be it for tonight, guys. We love you guys.
Have a wonderful evening, and we'll see you tomorrow.
BitBoy out.
J-Chain's out.
Say it again.